I love being an entrepreneur because it gives you that opportunity to do something that a lot of people don't think you can do, right? I love the adversity. I love the difficult parts of it, the fact that it's hard and everyone can't do it. To me, that's what excites me about it. That's what excites me about creating a company, building a company, is everyone can't do it. It's difficult, it's hard. Everyone is not built to sustain in that process. And that's beautiful. The word athlete is just so small. Like, it's just a small word. Like, I can't fit inside the word athlete, right? Yes, I'm athletic, I happen to play sports, but the word athlete itself is just too small for me. I'm too vast. My ideas, my creativity, the things that I aspire to do, is too big for the word athlete. So I can't subject myself to just being that word, just athlete. I have fun with my kids. I have a lot of experiences, and I teach my kids to control their own destiny, right? Like, be in control of your own destiny, because that's how you win in life. I don't teach them to be great athletes or play football or play basketball. I teach them to control their own destiny so that whatever they want to do, whether it's basketball, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's being a doctor or a lawyer, like, they can control their own destiny. That's big for me. If I don't give them anything else in the world, I want them to have that. I see a lot of athletes in after they retire from the NFL, and it's really interesting, right? It's an interesting thing. A lot of guys kind of get confused or unhappy because I think that they have defined themselves by the word athlete for so long that it becomes difficult to be anything else, right? But imagine you being a beast in the jungle, right? And you're this beast in the jungle, and one day someone takes you out of the jungle and puts you in a whole new habitat, right? And say they put you with some turtles, right? When they move you from the jungle and put you with those turtles, do you become a turtle or do you remain a beast, right? And so in this analogy, people are trying to convince professional athletes to become something they're not, right? If I was never human in the first place, right? If I was never a regular human, right? My mentality, the way I think, my drive, my focus, my hunger, my will to win. If I was never that in the first place, right? Like, if I was never a regular human, I was all of those things, but I wasn't a regular human, how can you convince me to go be a regular human, right? How can you convince me not to compete at the highest level, not to fight the hardest, right? And so I think it's this idea that when athletes retire, it's like this sad thing, like, oh, now they go to the real world. No, we still fight for what we want. We still create what we want. We still have those same competitive juices in nature, in that competitive nature to win. Like, that doesn't go anywhere. But if you try to conform me and say, oh yeah, this is how you fit now, then I'm gonna be unhappy. I'm gonna struggle with that because that's not my natural state of mind. Like, I never was a regular human when I was 5 years old, right? My mom used to call me, come in the house, it's too dark outside, put that ball down, right? It's 11 o'clock at night. Or it's too cold outside, put that ball down, come in the house. I'm like, no, right? And so I was never normal that way. I would put hours and hours and hours and hours into my craft, into what I want to do, right? And that doesn't change. That intensity, that drive doesn't change. But a lot of guys lose it because they don't understand that you're not an athlete. You're all those other things that made you a great athlete, right? And so that word doesn't define us. My time in the NFL was a beautiful experience. It was amazing. It was like being in a business masterclass, right? If you were paying attention, right? If you was fortunate enough to be paying attention, you learned so much, right? I'm talking about from sales, marketing, branding. I'm talking about negotiating, strategic concepts, and leverage distribution. And you learn all those things if you're paying attention, right? And I can apply all those things right now to my businesses, right? And it's beautiful because that's what's supposed to happen, right? When you have an experience, you're not supposed to just play on the field and get paid. You're supposed to learn from that experience. You're supposed to grow from that experience. You're supposed to get better from that experience. And the NFL was a wealth of knowledge for me. You know, I would look at when guys do deals and look at how that negotiation played out and who won, who lost, or was it a draw, right? And you understand that desperate man always loses, and you understand how to leverage, you know, your situation, whether it's the media, whether it's, you know, you just came off a great season. You learn about all of those things that you can apply in real life, practical things that you can become successful in. It doesn't matter what industry, whether it's real estate, banking, finance, whatever it is, right? And so my experience in the NFL has been great, and it's been instrumental to my progression in business.